Welcome to the Daily Swole. Welcome everyone to the Daily Mother Swole number 10. Number 10, and as you know, if you're following on Facebook Live and Periscope before, you know I did about 20, 30 shows before I rebranded it Daily Swole. So 10 already. 10 already. I was already bummed out, like starting to count again. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this counting again from the start. But the fact that we're already at number 10 is amazing. It's like every single day that goes by, it's just another Swole. So today, I want to run down. Remember, all these videos are going to be on YouTube. If you want to watch regularly, the podcasts are going to be up a lot quicker because it's smaller files, easier to edit, easier to upload, quicker to get onto SoundCloud. And like I said, if you don't like SoundCloud, just download it for now because it will be, I subscribed and I submitted to iTunes, just has to get approval. So if you prefer iTunes, that will be available soon, fingers crossed, barring any problems. So I will let you know when that's available and then you can watch it on both. Let's talk about myth busting. Let's bust some motherfucking myths right now, and we'll take some Q&A at the end. Some of these are replays or repeats or things that you've heard before on the Daily Swole. Some of these things you're familiar with, and some of these other things you may not be familiar with. So we've talked about these. We've talked about some of these talking points. Of course, you talk about talking points. I'm not going to punch you in the face with them. Well, I guess I could. Bam! That's the beauty of watching this live. You get the fist. Coffee's kicking in, and we're ready. A lot of these issues we've touched upon because these are themes. These are themes in fitness, things that you always will see. They're always an issue. They're always coming into play. And one of those that we've talked about is that yoga is for women and weightlifting is for men. That is just one of those classic sexist things where it's, oh, you know, men in the workplace or women can't vote. And, it goes back, slavery and all those, things that, were always a way. They were always a certain way until they changed. They were always this until it was that. The world was flat until it was round and all that bullshit. So yoga is not for women, it's for everyone, and weightlifting is not for men, it's for everyone. And I'm not going to get into too much of the science because we can break down, I've done this on Driving While Gaining, I've done this on Q&A. Super, super, super important. And yeah, that's a great comment, Ashley. Quote, all the WWE wrestlers do yoga. And they should because they're slamming their bodies. They're incredible athletes. And it's very, very stressful on the joints and they need that kind of activity. Yoga, if you haven't tried it, try it. I'm actually going to be posting, I did it like a week or two ago, a video, yoga flow for beginners. And I'll post that up there and I'll do more exercise videos. I know people keep asking for it. And I'm being consistent with the Daily Swoles and posting it up. I just added the podcast to my list, so I will probably do a little bit more raw content with the workout videos, so it's a little bit easier on my end in terms of editing and getting it out there because I think the exercise videos will be really beneficial to anyone watching. So yoga is not just for women, it's for men. I teach hot yoga. If you don't know already, if you don't follow my Snapchat, you might not be aware that I'm a huge, massive proponent of yoga. I teach yoga. I do hot yoga. I teach 5, 6, maybe 7 yoga classes a week, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It adds to my life. Even when I'm leading people, it's very calming, it's very nurturing, and I love bringing men into the class because I am someone who's muscular, someone who has results that they oftentimes want, and I convert a lot of people into yoga that way, and I think it's a great medium. There's not enough dudes or leaders, male leaders, masculine leaders. I'm not saying it one way or another. I mean, I'm not judging anyone, but feminine. Males that are more feminine, I don't think have as much of a draw. They don't cross over as much into the guys that are bulky or bigger. And a lot of guys that are big and muscular that might do yoga, they don't brag about it. They might be a little more reserved about it. I think it's the greatest thing. I think everyone should do it. And I could talk your ear off about yoga, and I think it's the most important thing that you could possibly do. If you choose one type of exercise only, it's hard to say whether it be weights or yoga, honestly. Really. I mean, in terms of like health, most musculoskeletal health is flexibility. So very, very important. Weights, obviously for women, super important. That resistance training will perpetuate that all the time fat burning. Women don't produce testosterone. the same level that men do, not even close, which is why weight training will not bulk you up with proper diet and nutrition. Weight training is actually essential. It's essential for bone density and bone health. It's essential for getting that carved, toned look that you want. So yoga for men and weights for women, absolutely. The myths are just completely washed. That's like the biggest, and a lot of people are aware of that now just because of popularity. But social media, people see men doing yoga, but at the same time, a lot of people don't understand the congruency, the gray area, the center of that Venn diagram, that middle ground where it's really important for everyone. Myth bust number two is that you need a protein supplement to lose weight or to gain muscle, that you need a protein supplement at all. Let's just break down quickly what a supplement is. A supplement is in addition to. So you're eating X, Y, and Z, and now you got 1, 2, 3 on your shelf. Maybe you are a vegan and you need to take a B12 supplement. Maybe you don't get in, water is a nutrient, but let's say creatine or certain elements that you might not be getting from a vegan or vegetarian diet, for example. I'm just throwing random stuff out there, but a supplement is something in addition to the whole food, like your core. A protein supplement is just that. It's protein, it's food in a powdered form. You can make the argument that after a workout, it's easily absorbed because protein can be almost like pre-digested. They put enzymes in there to help the breakdown of protein and things of that nature. So with the protein supplement, after workout, you might be able to digest it easier. You can just eat whole food. You do not have to have a protein supplement. This can be beneficial for someone who might be on the run, might be busy, might have allergies to certain foods. And a lot of times after a workout, immediately after, when you want to get some food as soon as possible, there is a issue with the sympathetic nervous system switching gears back to parasympathetic, which would affect your comfort level eating whole food right after workout because the blood's still in your muscles. It still hasn't your body hasn't settled from after that workout, so you might feel full and nauseous when you have food knocking around, which is why if you eat food and then go swimming, a lot of times you can cramp and get nauseous and sick and drown, for example, because you're eating food, which is supposed to be done at rest, and all of a sudden you go exercise too quick, and that food, your body says, oh shoot, I gotta swim. And all of a sudden you send all the blood to your muscles and away from the stomach, and then that food just kind of knocking around and makes you uncomfortable, and then your body has issues and you can cramp, and that's like I'm sure people drown, but people have those cramps anyway. You can get nauseous in the gym if you work out too hard right after a meal. So eating the right thing before the meal, we'll talk about nutrient timing another issue another day, but when you eat the food is going to be super important. Myth number 3, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm not debunking this. I'm not saying breakfast isn't important. The first meal, okay? It should be structured to first meal because there's a lot of research showing intermittent fasting being beneficial for men. We'll talk about this again another time, but women got to be careful with intermittent fasting just because of hormone levels, okay? Because of hormone levels, women should be careful, but testosterone's highest in the morning, growth hormone is highest in the morning. So that first meal, a lot of times for men, intermittent fasting could be beneficial to metabolizing fats better, to mobilizing those lipids. So keep that in mind, that it's important. Every meal is important. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Every meal is important. Everything that you do with timing, everything that you do with your nutrition, everything you do with your fitness is important. This whole idea that something always has to be number one, something always has to be best, something always has to be first place, something always has to win, is another thing that we have to eliminate from our vocabulary, especially in fitness. We have to eliminate this idea that something is just better, that something is just number one. This is the way to do it. This is the way. This is it. This is a fact. This is proven. We don't know shit. We're on Earth. We don't even know if there's anything else out there. We went to the moon. That's about the extent of our knowledge of what we're doing here. So if you think about on a macro level, how we have no fucking clue what's going on with the universe, we know what we've deduced by, well, if this is the case, this is probably most likely. But all of a sudden, an alien spaceship could just descend from the sky, and everyone's like, holy crap. Well, that changes things a little bit. So think about the macro level. And then think about breaking it down to these little things. We only know, we're discovering new elements. We're discovering new little atoms. First, the atom was the smallest thing. And then there was the quark. And then there was, we're creating this this collider, and then we're found the God particle. We found negative matter. I mean, there's always more. There's always more. There's what we know. There's what we're aware of, and then there's guesses. There's educated guesses. I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's an educated guess until it's proven, and then it's a fact until it's unproven or disproven. So if there's any way, there's nothing a best. There are good things in general, and there are bad things in general. Because remember, a good day for someone could be a bad day for someone could be a great day for someone else. Okay? Let's say you're a billionaire. Let's say you're a billionaire and you lost $10 million on a stock deal, and you're all pissed off, and money means everything to you. Lost $10 million, you still have, let's say, $20 billion. That's a bad day for that guy, or a perceived bad day. What about someone who's living in the streets in squalor and has nothing, and their family was, died of starvation? I know, this shit just got fucking dark. But, a bad day for someone, it's relative, it's perspective, it's subjective. You can't put all your chips on that. So, again, keeping in mind, so important meals, stop numbering things. Stop numbering things. Stop numbering meals one. This is the most important meal of the day. They're all important. If you don't think they're all important, then how are you going to get results if you don't think they're all important? If you think breakfast is the most important, then guess what? You're subconsciously putting other ones on the back burner. Like at night, and then you're going to go eat those fucking pop chips or whatever people think, oh, they're more air, they're more fluffy, so they're healthier for you. So you can eat the whole bag. Myth number 4. You need to lose weight before building muscle. A good one. Good one. Yeah. Get back to me in 5 years when you're still trying to lose that weight before building muscle. These are the people you see on the treadmills all the time. These are the people you see on the treadmills for 2 years at a time, trying to lose that fat before you build muscle. Not going to happen. You'll lose a little water weight, and then you'll just get stagnant. You'll plateau hard. You will plateau hard, son. Weight training is essential right away. Right away. Change your diet. Change your lifestyle habits. You can add in the treadmill if you wish. Okay. And the thing is with the treadmill, I mean, for someone who's trying to lose weight, if you combine it with weight training, I'm not against it. It's not a bad thing because you're moving more frequently. You have to catch up. You have to just keep your body in motion. So walking, going on a treadmill, as long as there's no knee pain, you don't have a lot of pronation with the feet. You're not putting a lot of stress on the lower back. I mean, if you're overweight, here's the thing. Every time you take a step, you're putting pressure on your arches, your knees, your back. You have issues with your structure. So you have to be careful with that. With cardio, if you want to do those things, okay, if it's combined with a proper program. This is why it's important to have a guide, someone that knows what they're doing, and having a proper training program. Not a workout. You go to the gym with a training program, cardiovascular activity, that could be part of a training program. Weight training, or doing cardio 3 times a week, going on the treadmill and then doing a Stairmaster, training program in conjunction with goals, ideas, knowing your why. These are all things I've talked about before. Self-awareness, understanding how your body works, what your body needs, how you feel, how you're reacting to it, taking metrics, taking measurements, taking pictures, doing self-assessments, staying on track, working on the small things, in for the short term, in for the long haul. You have to paint this canvas every time. You have to understand what your body is getting into. Pay attention this week. On Thursday, we're going daily Swole. We're checking in with Carlos again on Thursday. This is going to, I've been talking to him. It's going to be a great show. Thursday is going to be, it's a great show every day. Thursday is going to be phenomenal because there's some great talking points. He's at the point where, he is going on a cruise. Yeah, he's going on a cruise like in a week, so that's going to be another fun adventure. But he's right at that point. He's at that point where people, you get that initial boost and, you're seeing progress, and then, he's right at that tipping point. He's like, he's messaging me and he's saying, I'm not sure, I'm not seeing, he's plateauing a little bit, but that's that mini, and that a couple day to day, it's like, it's his emotions are taking over. He feels like down about it. He's not going to feel that good. He feels like he's noticing water retention. Water's coming back. Water's going away. So the pounds are kind of going up and down, fluctuating day to day. It's going to be a great show. Stay tuned for that. But a lot of this, losing weight before building muscle, having a training program, and staying focused, short term and then long haul, that's going to be a big factor for Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Don't miss Thursday's show. for sure. Eight glasses. Eight glasses. Yeah, you have to eat 8 glasses of water a day. Let me speak English. The common tongue, as Game of Thrones would call it. 8 glasses of water a day. 8 glasses of water per day. It's a myth, but I don't dislike this one. It's not like, oh my God, men shouldn't do yoga and women shouldn't lift weights. The idea of drinking 8 glasses of water a day, that's not a bad thing. That's getting people to drink a shitload more water than they normally do. However, a lot of times it's not a lot. It's not enough. I live in Miami. I sweat breathing when I'm walking to my car. It is hot. I'm in shape. I'm not out of breath, but you walk outside and you just sweat. You sweat. You're sweating so much more because of the moisture and the humidity in the air. You're sweating a lot more than people in drier climates a lot of times. Okay, so this type of environment by itself requires more fluid, requires more hydration. Exercise, activity levels, muscle mass, and then just personal metabolism. Everyone is going to be different with how they absorb water. You should monitor by how your urine looks. You don't have to be pissing every 2 seconds, but it should be more, very light yellow or clear. You should be flushing water out of your system. Understand that if you don't drink enough water, you're going to be bloated. You're going to retain water because your body doesn't know if it's getting more water. Your body is unsure, so it's going to eliminate, it's going to hold on to as much water, like, oh, let me keep this close. Understand that water is important. Your body will retain it. Your body will bloat. Your body will hold on to it. So 8 glasses of water, at least. At least. If you're drinking 8 ounces per glass, 8 a day, 32, that's half a gallon. Not bad. Everyone should try to start drinking more water. Drink before you're thirsty. That's another thing. Drink before you're thirsty. Don't wait till you're thirsty to drink. Remember I said about, are you really hungry? You're thirsty. You're more thirsty throughout the day than you are hungry. If you're not drinking enough water, your hunger is lying to you. Your hunger is telling you you're thirsty. Drink water throughout the day and you'll be less hungry. That mechanism will be more clear. It'll be sharper. Soreness equals results. I don't think I posted this DWG, the driving while gaining, on YouTube yet, but I did a rant on soreness. Many workouts or many people associate soreness with results, soreness with progress, soreness with a good workout. You could be sore. That's not a problem. But compare the extremes, not being sore to being crippled. You're being a little sore and then being crippled. Those are both measurements of soreness. But the crippling is more traumatic and the light soreness is micro trauma. But it doesn't mean that if you're not sore, that you didn't see progress, that you didn't train well, that you didn't work, that you're not burning calories, that you're not going to be eliminating fat, that you're not going to see progress. You don't have to crush it. You're in for the long haul. Remember, you're in for the long haul. How do you think your body is going to react if you are crippled, can't walk, can't move body parts? You're causing micro and even macro trauma every single day. Imagine that. When you're sore, your body's rebuilding. Can you be sore every single body part really bad every single day? Like you do chest on Monday, you're crushed. On Tuesday, when you're doing legs, your chest is sore to the touch. And then you can barely walk and your chest still hurts and you're doing back. That's a super ridiculous amount of stress on your body. And after a while, you're going to overtrain, your body's going to break down and it's going to rebound and you're not going to be able to recover in time and you will have issues. You will have issues with muscle growth, muscle retention, fat loss, hunger, motivation. You're going to have mental, psychological and physiological effects of, problems based on your overtraining with your repetitive severe micro trauma. Don't gauge your workouts based on soreness. Observe the soreness. Be self-aware. Self-awareness. I keep talking about that. Self-awareness. If you pay attention to your body and you understand some people, some workouts, like some body parts, if I do it, let's say I do them all hard or the same intensity, certain body parts will be, I can almost guarantee. Other ones, they usually don't get sore. Does it mean I'm not seeing progress? No. It just might mean that I didn't do some kind of crazy new move, that's going to destroy the fibers in a different way. Doesn't mean I'm not progressing, doesn't mean I'm not gaining size. A lot of it comes down to the kitchen, the nutrition. So understand that just because you're not crippled or that you can walk, just because you can walk doesn't mean you failed in your leg day. Just because you can lift your arm over your head doesn't mean that you failed doing your chest workout, doing your shoulder workout. I want abs, so I'm going to do crunches. I got to lose fat around my waist. Number one, in that subcategory, you cannot spot reduce fat. So if you want to lose fat around your stomach, doing crunches or doing planks all day long will not eliminate fat. in that area. You need to do it systemically, which is why working your legs, which is why working your upper body, which is why doing weight training is essential, and cardio takes a backseat to weight training. That's why. That is why it's so important, because you cannot spot reduce. So you create this systemic overload, which will metabolize and increase lipolysis, which is, the breakdown of fats throughout the entire body, and that will reduce total systemic fat. Now you can store more fat in your stomach. You can store more fat in certain areas based on certain hormone levels being imbalanced. If you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping properly, you are out of shape, those are going to be other major reasons why your hormones might be out of balance. So planks, certain things like hanging leg raises, ball crunches are better than sitting on the ground doing, crunches on the floor, bicycle crunches. There are better ways to do abdominals. Planks are great because they increase the strength of your core musculature, better for stability than any other exercise for the most part. Look to strengthening muscles, look towards creating balance, look towards focusing on your nutrition, and the weight will come off. People might do this for a week, they might do it for 2 days, they might go off for a month, and then they don't see progress because they're not consistent, they're not looking short term to add up into long-term results. Lastly, before I open it up for Q&A, is the scale. The scale isn't changing. Well, your body doesn't want to change. We talked about this already. Your body is lazy as shit. It doesn't want to do anything. Your body doesn't want to gain muscle. Your body doesn't want to lose fat. Your body wants to stay the same. Couch, if you're working out, you keep momentum. Your body loves inertia. Your body loves to keep going the same direction. Your body loves to keep doing the same thing all the time. Your body loves to maintain. Your body loves status quo. Your body loves homeostasis. Your body loves the weather it's in right now. Your body doesn't want to move up north and be cold. Your body doesn't want to move from up north down to the tropics because it's going to be hot as heck. Your body doesn't want to get up early because you're used to staying up at night. Your body doesn't want to stay up late at night because you're used to going to bed at 6 o'clock. You will get on a routine. You have certain predispositions based on genetics, but your body does not want to change. Once you find that routine, it's hard to break. That's why habits are hard to break. That's why it takes 3 or 4 weeks for you to create a new habit, because your body does not want to change. If you force it, it will change. If you expose your body to resistance training on a regular basis for days, weeks, months, years on end, guess what? You're going to build muscle. If you're doing it properly, of course, build muscle, lose fat, and you become more and more in shape and more towards your goal. Okay? If you expose your body to certain things, if you expose your body to a colder climate, your blood will thicken, you'll get used to a colder climate. When I lived up north, you go outside and it's 50 degrees after the winter and you'd be like, oh my goodness, it's hot, and you go out there and sunbathe. Now, if it was 50 degrees, I would be in a down jacket with a hoodie on, shivering. And that's just the adaptation to a tropical climate. So you have to build upon that idea that you need to ignore this. You need to ignore the resistance to change. You need to ignore this homeostasis. Your scale, the scale doesn't change because your body doesn't want to change. It wants to keep caloric. It wants to keep all those levels neutral. Focus on delivering. Focus on delivering your body what it needs and what you know it needs. Be self-aware and then stick to it. Your scale is going to fluctuate. Not to mention, your body's metabolism is going to maintain. Your body wants to maintain how many calories it needs to use and how many calories it needs to consume to keep the same. So that body fat, for example, you will lose some weight, but the scale might say the same thing. Okay? As you lose water weight, as you build muscle, as you lose fat, your body generally morphs before you're going to see, oh, you're going to lose 30 pounds. You'll flush out a lot of water weight, you'll build some muscle, have some inflammation from the weight training. So if your scale is fluctuating, or if your scale is kind of wavy, and I use this example, and I'll use it again on Thursday, of a stock price. If you see a stock price, let's say Apple from 2009 or Amazon from 2009, pretty much all stocks until now that are successful, you'll see they go up like this. They plummet down. But even on the way up, there are dips. But that graph continues up like a slope. So you have your ups and downs, but you're progressing. So this, just because the scale isn't changing doesn't mean you're not changing, which is why you want a three-dimensional picture, which is why body fat, which is why doing measurements, which is why pictures, those things are all important, because a scale, if you put a small child and a bucket of water on a scale, they're both going to say 8 pounds. But the scale doesn't tell you what that weight is made of. It doesn't tell you, oh, that's a human child. Oh, that's a bucket of water. Two hugely different items, obviously, to put on a scale. And the scale will just say 8 pounds. That's it. Okay? The scale is one tool. It's a tool. Hey, if you have a job and you need duct tape, you need a wrench, you need a screwdriver, you need WD-40, those are 4 or 5 different tools that you might need for a job. You use just one of them, ain't gonna get done. So make sure you keep that in mind. Just so I noticed here on Facebook Live kind of sucks, and I'm just saying that right now. Jump onto Periscope, download Twitter, get on Periscope, or listen to the podcast. Facebook Live is just a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. It's not really that effective. So get on Periscope. It's a much better live form. And this is just, see, self-awareness. I tried. I wasn't sure. Remember like a month or so ago, I asked, hey, which one should I do, Periscope or Facebook Live? Everyone's like, oh, both. I tried. Application, Facebook Live stinks. It's choppy. It's inconsistent. Maybe I'll change location. We'll figure it out. But you can always watch these things later on YouTube. You can always watch them for 24 hours on Periscope. And you can always watch them. And that's probably why my viewing count is pretty crappy on Facebook Live, because it's probably choppy. I don't know why. The connection sucks. I love Periscope. Periscope's the bomb. Let's do some Q&A. Open it up. I saw a lot of texting going on. I didn't see any of the questions because I was rolling through my stuff. I was in my zone. I was in my zone, baby. I was focused. I'm the prize. Swole preacher's gonna come back. I'm the prize, baby. Yeah. Goals. But now everyone's quiet. I'm talking. I see pop, 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 pop. If you turn on your location with Periscope, you'll open yourself up to more viewers. My location. Ooh. More viewers. How do I do that? Do I have to go into settings? I like that. I like that. I don't think I can do it now. Oh, I want more viewers. I want more people. I don't think I can do that now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not really. Alright, so I'm going to open up my... people are going to know where I live? Is that how it works? Nah, I don't. I will... Okay, I'll get on the live map. I'll do that tomorrow. I got time. My location is off. So does that mean do I just turn on my location on the Periscope? I'll do that now. Do I just turn it on like my GPS and it'll do it automatically? Is that what you're saying? Let me know. I just turned on my location, so now the NSA knows where I am. And if the NSA knows where I am, then guess what? They're gonna be coming after my gains. I better hide. Better hide these guns, because you know you can't have automatic weapons. To use location require allow location. Alright, so I got the... Do me a favor and check out now. Do me a favor and check out my live map now, because I turned on location. What do you think of the fake natty in the fitness world? What do I think of fake natty? Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. What do I think? That's my opinion. I think natty is someone who doesn't use anabolic steroids. And yeah, let me preface that. A natty is someone who does not, natural natty is someone who does not use anabolic steroids. A fake natty is someone who says they don't use anabolic steroids, but they obviously fucking do. And I'm not going to go through the list right now, but a lot of people, and the crazy thing is about steroids, a lot of times people think that you have to be huge to use. People can be extremely lean and dry and use anabolics. Some people take it and you won't even be able to tell because their body doesn't react to it, or they're not doing it properly, or they're not eating properly. So natural is, yeah, most of the people that you'll see, especially on covers of magazines, Men's Fitness, a lot of these people are taking. I mean, those things are photoshopped as well, but yeah, fake natty. I think a lot of times people are fake natty. They say they're not taking anabolics because they have sponsors. They have sponsorships that if they said they took anabolics, they would lose their sponsorship deals, which is kind of which is bullshit, because these companies know these guys use, they can tell, they sign them up and they keep it quiet and they say, oh, you can promote our creatine. And it's like, creatine, I'm all natural. So the company makes money knowing that they take steroids. They know they're not talking about how they take steroids. So it's sales. It's scam. It's scam. So when you're selling a product and you're fake natty, I think you're scamming people. I think you're absolutely scamming people. I think it's extremely, extremely, extremely reprehensible. I think it's very, very immoral in the sense because, well, it depends on what you think. It depends on what your morals are. It depends on what they scam people and everything. I mean, it's advertising. But here's the thing, self-awareness and knowing the industry. Most people don't know the industry. Most people don't know they know the extremes. They know what people look like when they juice. They don't understand that when someone doesn't take, how they look different. People that take steroids, they look hard all the time. Like hard, like they just look pumped. I know what I look like when I'm lean and I have a workout and like, man, my veins, everything's popping out. Yeah. I mean, but people that look like their veins are popping out when they're just in the supermarket, those guys are absolutely out of control. Those guys are out of control. So anyone that I've ever known that has taken it, just look, you got these veins and they're just like full, hard, pumped, like dry. It's abnormal. It's abnormal. And then you have these people, the public, that are trying to get like that because they think it's an amazing look. This guy looks like a statue. He's big, he's ripped, he's muscular. And they're buying branched chain amino acids. They're buying creatine. They're buying this whey protein powder that the person is peddling or sponsored by. Shoot, if you would tell me, hey, Dash, don't talk about bacon. Don't talk about bacon. Don't talk about bacon being good for you. And we'll give you $10,000 a month and free blah, blah, blah. It's like, that'd be pretty sweet. But think about that. I would do that in a second. $10,000 a month just to not talk about bacon? Sure, I'll talk around it. Not a problem. I'll take the money. So with that in mind, selling out, come on. But that's, the bacon thing would be not a big deal. The steroid thing, the anabolic thing, it's just misleading people. And it's giving people the idea, not only do these unregulated, bullshit, non-anabolic, small-time supplements that are found in normal food, by the way, like creatines and meat, that those things will help them get results. And on top of that those results that they have is even realistic for the average person without anabolics. So it's like a double, triple, quadruple immoral whammy. You're getting a lot of people duped into thinking that fitness, this is possible with fitness. This is possible naturally. This is possible with this supplement. This is possible for you. You could do all those things and genetically not look like that. Some of these people, they look this way and they're taking anabolics, but even if they worked out naturally, they would have a better physique aesthetically than 95% of the population, 99%, just because their muscle tie-ins, the way they look, the way they build their natural testosterone levels, their natural myostatin, certain genes that regulate how much muscle you can develop. That's why you ever see those like cows that are like absolutely massive. They're missing that gene that regulates muscle development. So some of these people have different levels of these hormones and they can naturally get bigger. Everyone can appreciate the fact that everyone's different. So understand that. I'm a bacon natty. Only natural bacon. I don't take anabolic bacon. I swear I don't take those nitrates or those hormone bacon. I swears. Are we myth-busting witchcraft? I'll myth-bust whatever you want right now. This is an open forum. I bought natural bacon today. Good. I don't even know if I don't believe anything anymore. I'm so jaded. I don't believe anything. I say certain things. I don't even believe myself. I don't even believe this beard. I don't believe this hair. This is a filter. I'm using the man filter right now. I could just sit here and no one could be watching me and I would have a great time. There could be no one listening on this podcast and I'd have a great time just talking to myself. The man filter. Man filter makes you look like this. Do I believe in the Lord of Light? I don't know who just texted. Do I believe in the Lord of Light? For some reason, that seems a tad off topic. I don't even know what that is. The Lord of Light. Sounds like something from Game of Thrones. Any other questions? Any other questions? You better believe in him. I do. I believe. So here's the deal. SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Swolenormous. This has been submitted to iTunes, so keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know on my Snapchat and all in these continuing. So you can download, or not download, but you can listen to these things live on SoundCloud. So the audio, thus the microphone, this audio will be, you can listen to it in the car, listen to it in the car, in the gym, anywhere. Yeah, I'll get to that before I sign off. Also, you can check out the Kegels shirts that you see on my Instagram on Swolenormous.com. I will be running another special, and I'm going to be getting back to everyone about those international shipments I talked about. Instagram posting quotes, a lot of good stuff on that as well. But Snapchat is where everything gets updated, so follow me there, and I will be giving you all the details. My YouTube channel, all this stuff is getting uploaded. If you have noticed that I'm uploading all the past funny things from Snapchat. Swole Motion is going to be coming out today, day in the life, so it's going to be super cool. There's a lot of stuff on the YouTube. There's a lot of stuff everywhere, and moving forward, I know this is like not moderate, not long term, but it'll be coming up. Follow me on the podcast, because my pride and joy, there's a lot of material that I put together a long time ago, and the podcast is going to be the ultimate venue for it. So I think everyone's going to enjoy it. It's a very, 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 very important announcement for me. It's a very, very important thing to me that I will be delivering via podcast, and I will definitely let you know. So keep an eye out for that. So definitely follow wherever the podcast, if you want to do SoundCloud, if you want to be on iTunes, that's good. I'm actually going to talk about that another time, those Biggest Loser and weight loss shows. That might even be something we could talk about tomorrow. I'm going to write that down. It's a very good one, but almost out of time, so I don't want to get too deep into those shows. But yeah, everything until we get to that topic and talk about those shows more in depth, I want you to think about, and I'll end with this, I want you to think about what we just talked about in terms of fake natty, in terms of marketing, in terms of what you're told and what they're trying to sell you. You're watching a show, you're watching a show. You're watching people that have a lot of weight to lose. You're watching unrealistic goals actually occur. Okay? You're also watching heartbreak, and people always want to feel like their lives are better than someone else's. Not that you all feel like you're better, or the people that like those shows are better, but that's why people watch soap operas. Because you want to feel better about your own life. You want to watch this stuff. You want to watch these people have these horrible relationships, and someone dies, and oh my God, she's struggling, she misses him, and oh, she loves him, but he wants someone else. People feel better as a result. They go back and they turn off the TV and they go back to cooking, and they have their family or they have their job, and all of a sudden life is good again. Life is good. And strange, all these shows they want you to watch it. They will do anything. They will do anything on these shows. They like controversy. That whole thing with Jillian Michaels, and oh my God, that woman was so anorexic, and oh, I was horrified, I left Biggest Loser. Fucking break. It's all for ratings. It's all for ratings. Whatever they can do to get more people to tune in, so that they can charge more for the commercials in between. That's all it is. And so they can charge more to Sprite and Pepsi and all that crap for whatever Gatorade or Snapple they're drinking on their show. X Factor, American Idol, all that stuff. You ever notice when they have cups where they're drinking, Dasani bottled water, whatever? It's all advertising. You have to look between the lines. That's all advertising. Whatever they're drinking, whatever they're wearing, they're getting paid for it. They're getting paid. Wherever the attention is, there'll be people paying to get their stuff in front of people's eyes. And if everyone's watching one show, if everyone's watching one show, they're going to put all their money, and they're going to find ways to put it into your brain. I saw something about surgery. But message me these questions, because the Periscope comes and goes out of time. So let me know what you want to see on the show. Snap me. Message me on Instagram. Hit me up. Contact me. You have all my information. You know where to find me. You can contact me in 12 different ways. So message me. Let me know. And all these things, especially Snapchat. Send me a direct message. Let me know what you want to see on the show, because then I will tackle it it will come up. It will come up, and if I don't want to do a show on it for whatever reason, I will answer your question. I will get back to every single message. Those of you that follow me know that, okay? Thank you for watching. This is episode 10, 010, episode 10 of, come on, The Daily Swole. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time. See you later.